What's up, y'all? Kyle coming to you from Luxury Coating Applications. A little quick buffing tip when it comes to boats. Make sure when you're doing a high cut compound buff, you're using your rotary polisher, that you are set, in my opinion, less than 1,000 RPMs. If you're going more than that, you're slinging your product, you're not using it properly, and you're not generating the power and the grit that you need to. So make sure you kick it. I like to have it right there at about in between 6 and 1,000 at 800 grit, and just let her eat. Check it out. You can already see that shine getting ready to come back. And then after that, I'll step it up with the yellow wool, higher RPMs, medium compound. Really bring that shine out. So, little boat tip for you. All right, you guys, next step. After the white wool, that low RPM, we're going to step it up to our yellow wool, higher RPM. That's going to generate the heat. It's going to remove, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 grit scratches, depending on what compound you're using. We're using Stark Finish R, so 1,000 grit, you can really pull them out. But you want to be careful. You don't want to overheat the gel coat and then burn it, and then you're back to square one. So set your speed. If you're a beginner, set it a little bit lower, so that way you're not messing anything up. And then, obviously, if you're getting more comfortable, you can bump it up to like 2 to 2,200 RPMs. I don't really suggest going much further than that because you're going to start blowing pads off, and that's always fun. So anyways, we're going to hit this at 2,000 RPMs. I like to do a good 50 to 75% overlap pass. That way I'm not generating the heat by staying still, but I'm also not missing anything by just going back and forth. So check it out, and then I'll try to wipe it off real quick before we hit the dual action polish. So again, yellow, medium, with 18 to 2,000 RPMs. Check it out. All right, now that that step is over, we're really starting to bring out that shine. So just to give you a little tidbit, I'm going to hit it with a little bit of all-purpose cleaner because it's not going to hurt anything. Because I'm not done buffing yet. Just to give you an idea, just to show you. Because after this step, we're going to hit it with a dual action polish. Just that way it removes all of your rotary trails. So as you can see, we are really starting to shine up now. It's looking really good. This boat was severely oxidized, so stay tuned for the next step. Next step will be a dual action polisher. That'll remove the rotary trails, deepen that gloss, deepen that shine before we get to the protectant. So stay tuned. All right, next step, dual action. All right, you're going to step up to the dual action to remove the rotary trails that were caused by the single rotation of a rotary, because that's only going one direction. It's only spinning in 1 degree of the circle. So it's going to cut a lot more aggressive, which is going to leave those hazy lines that you see on boats that weren't done correctly, cars that weren't done correctly. So you're going to want to step it up to, it's up to you, depends on what you've got, 21 or 15 millimeter rotation. This is the Milwaukee 21. Does just fine. So for the aggression on this boat, I'm going to do a dual action twice. I'm going to do a dual action with a little bit of a cutting microfiber, and then I'm going to follow it back up with a white wool ultrafine Rupes polishing pad, because that'll really deepen the gloss. So I'm going to step it up right now. I am still using Stark Finish R with this step, and then the next step I will actually use Stark Ignition, which is their last stage. So check this out. This is going to get rid of all of those rotary trails. And same thing, I like to keep it flat, keep it at that 50 to 75% overlap pass, make sure that I got it. Here we go. All right, so now we'll clean it off a little bit, make sure we got what we want done before we step up to the next stage, because you'll be able to see all of those little rotary trails that were in it before that were cutting in a single direction. You're trying to remove those, because obviously once you step up to an Ultra, you're not cutting anything. You're just making it look good. So we are definitely close now. So stay tuned. I know I don't have any of the hazing now, so I'm just going to do another thing of cutting real quick before I step up to the next stage. So stay tuned with me. Part 4 will be the ultra fine, and then after that, you're getting there. So stay tuned. All right. You tired of looking at my ugly face yet? Step 4 could have been step 3, depends on how you like to do it. I am now going up to the ultra fine, finishing it off with Stark ignition. This is going to be the last step before I isopropyl alcohol and then put on my sealant. Sealant of choice is all the way up to you, whether or not it's ceramic, graphene, triphene, blyphene, blah, 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 all this other stuff that's out there nowadays. Find what you like, stick with it, and as long as the customers are happy, mint. So I just happen to have the forced rotation out right now, the Harbor Freight Hercules. It does a fantastic job for me. No complaints, 10 out of 10. So now I am basically just going to be going back over everything that I have done with the ignition as my final step, the dual action geared. It's not going to let me down. I'm going to get into every little nook and cranny of this bad boy, and then after my final wipe down, I put on my topper and give it back to the customer. So here we go. All right. Sorry if I bored you there for a second. I'm making money right now. So you got to do what you got to do. So again, ha, yeah. Oh, we are cooking, baby. We are cooking. This boat was completely oxidized. Now she isn't. So, after we do a final wipe down and inspection, we'll let her eat. See if you can see that. Oh, hey, how you doing, good looking? How you doing? That's right. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. Just don't ever promise a customer that they'll be pretty after they see the reflection. Because they probably aren't. That's what you're looking for. Catch y'all later.